Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing something a little different than usual. I'm actually recording this using my capture card, and I'm doing live audio, which normally I sit here and I do a voiceover and I edit it like a million times so that it sounds perfect, but I want to try to do a little bit longer of videos, so I think this is really the only way I can do that without driving myself completely insane. So let me know what you think in the comments, if this is something you prefer or if you like the other style of doing things instead. I'm going to say a lot, I'm going to stutter a lot, so just bear with me. But we are actually going to start here today with what I've come up with on Spellwick so far. So I unfortunately kind of lost all of the footage that I did to build this. I don't have the greatest technology, so just bear with me. I'm hoping that this will record as well, but yeah, hopefully we can get that worked out, and then I can actually do a Let's Build video with you next time. But for today, we're just going to walk through everything. If I'm being honest, I don't love how everything turned out. I'm not in love with it, I guess I should say. I think it looks good, but I'm just like, I don't know, something feels off. But this is the entrance that we came up with so far. I wanted it to start with like spooky forest vibes, and I do think that was achieved here, and I love this path. And I guess before we get into too much, I want to show you the codes that I did end up downloading. So this is what we have. I didn't download everything. If you go to my TikTok, you will see that we have a video completely walking through a tour of the Pinterest board that I created for this island. I always do that for every island that I create, and I find it really helpful when I go to download codes, and most of the time I actually do go back and I try to find other ones because I realize the ones that I saved maybe don't actually work with the ideas that end up coming to me throughout the process. So I love this code. I feel like it is so cute. And I actually haven't really used it yet except for this middle one. I used it on specific items actually and not on the ground yet, but we will definitely use it later on the ground. And then some stall ideas, and you'll see how I actually ended up using this as well in a little bit here. We've got some like stone paths, and then this lantern. And then I've got the cobblestone path, which we are standing on right now, and I do like it. Some of it, I feel like maybe I'll end up downloading. I didn't download all of the like codes for that pattern, so I could download more and like make it a little bit more intricate, but I just wasn't sure how many slots I actually wanted to use for this one, but I really like it, so we'll probably go back and get the rest of them. And then we have a sidewalk code, a couple options there, and you'll see how I use that in just a second. And we have a blanket code with the trim as well. And I loved that it came with like the vertical and the horizontal options. Super cute. And then this is the main like town road that we're going to be using. It came with 3 different middle options. So there's the cracked one, the moss one, and then just the regular one. And I love that. I think that's so cute. Definitely spooky vibes that I'm going for. And then we have some steps that are vertical and some that are horizontal. We have potions, candle shelf, and more potions because we will be doing like an apothecary. So I thought this sign was really cute too. And then I found the rest of these signs. So we're definitely going to be using them. I love the idea of a library on a fall island. If you saw my last year's island for fall, had a cute little library there. We always need a coffee shop on every island, like that's a must. And then a cute menu option. And then the rest is just blank. So we got to go back and do some more work with codes. I just like got so exhausted by the time that I downloaded all of these. So yeah, we'll get there. So let's walk through everything that we have so far. So we have this little neighborhood. This is where I had to put those first like 3 plots, and I can't fit those on the beach because of like all the room that you need to have. So these might move, but I actually don't hate it. This is really where I tested out that road code, and I think I like it a lot. So we kept it look at Lucky go. He is just living his best life. I love him so much. Look at him go. Oh my God, I love him. Okay, and we're gonna walk back here. So obviously the path ends right here. I'm thinking like an incline here and then like elevating all of this behind the neighborhood. I think that'll be really cute and kind of make it more of like a natural area. But over here we have a diagonal bridge. I almost couldn't think of the word. Diagonal bridge, and I love a diagonal bridge, so I think we'll probably put like a moon over there because I think that'll be really cute, like when you walk up this path, just glowing in the evening. And a little bit of a transitional area there. But over here we have the town, so I love using the medieval walls or whatever. So cute. And these benches, I like the black because I do like want it to blend in, but at the same time I'm like wondering if they should be white so I can like have them pop a little bit, but we'll see. I like this little section here, but I just don't think these are the items that we're going to end up going with. I just have to work it out. My process, as you'll end up seeing throughout this series here of the Friendsgiving challenge, is just like trial and error. I go back and I change a lot of things, so bear with me on that. And then I loved putting the pumpkins up there. If you don't know how to put things up there like a pumpkin, you actually just stand next to it and you drop it and it just goes right up there. So I think that looks cute. We'll probably use white pumpkins throughout the island, and then little bikes. And then the main thing I was really trying to accomplish in this video was the harvest parade. Now this doesn't really scream harvest, but I did talk to a couple other creators and other people in the community, and they did suggest like maybe adding more pumpkins to it, so I did add one. But I just have to figure out like the spatialness of all of it, because I just loved like the idea of like having all these little people in like the parade, even the skeleton, like so that it looks like they're all like, you know, like walking in the parade. So if you saw my Pinterest video, you probably noticed that I had like this huge grand idea of like making a huge parade float with like multiple layers, and I ended up kind of scratching that idea. Like, one, it's a lot of work, and two, I just like don't want to use up that much space. Like if you look at the map, you'll see that we don't actually, like, we're already taking up so much space, and I just feel like there's so much that needs to go into this island that I just want it to be a little bit more concise. So yeah, I think I like this little like mini parade. I think it's really cute, and we even have like the little like paint cans here. They're just so cute. Like they just, I guess what I was thinking was like maybe you're still like working on your parade float, so we need to do some last finishing touches. And then there's like these little chairs here so that you can like watch a little like candy bucket. I think I'm gonna drop some pieces of candy over here too. And then, you know, maybe you're having a snack and you dropped it. And yeah, I was just kind of playing around with like the different kinds of chairs. I'll probably change these colors to like the green one, like these, so that it blends in a little bit better. The colors of those lawn chairs just aren't great, but I just felt like they were the most appropriate chair. And then these like folding chairs too, I actually really like those, but I think the mismatch actually might be the vibe. So anyway, that's what we've got so far. I'm gonna add more bubbles. We gotta add more of the medieval walls behind there as well, just to kind of complete things, but you can only go to so many treasure islands per day. So that'll probably happen in the next video where we're actually gonna build together. And then as we go down here, we have a little like restaurant arcade bar type thing. I was thinking it would be really cool to kind of like make it so that it almost looks like you're like looking through like the quote unquote like windows. So I really like it. I think it's like, oh yeah, like you can see the parade, but like you're playing your game or you're playing foosball, having some birthday dinner. Don't you just love this color scheme for the birthday tables? Like, I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly. Like, I always see like bright happy birthdays, but I think this is like perfect. Just like goes to show like there's a celebration happening. And yeah, you can come over here and get a little drink at the bar, get something sweet, And yeah, I feel like I like how that turned out. We just have to figure out what kind of backdrop to put on the right. And I'm not sure that this fence will stay here. I was just kind of playing around. And then we're going to come down here. I have to fill in this path right here. We're going to just like put the end pieces on there. And then I think this will all be like fillers, like bushes and flowers and rocks and all that good stuff. Over here, this is something I pictured from the beginning of like thinking about doing an island like this. And this is like a double layer, like spooky haunted house is kind of what I was thinking. Maybe a witch lives here. Maybe the coven lives here. Because this is Friendsgiving Island, which is Friendsgiving Island. And so I used 2 of the pergolas up top. Then we have the, what do you call those? Storefronts. And then we have a layer of the darkest color of the plant partitions in front of each one of those, and then more storefronts. And then I just kind of put these items here. We might change those up, but I was thinking this would be a perfect spot for like a witch to like, you know, steal all the souls of the villagers. And Patty is still here, unfortunately. I mean, she's so cute. If we were doing like a regular fall island, she would totally stay. But she has not asked to leave yet. In fact, nobody has except for Silvana. And I actually had just warmed up to Silvana, so that's a little enraging. But anyway. And then you can see we're like over by like the entrance again. So that is everything that I have so far. I apologize for not like having more let's build content, but like I said, technology is great. Let me know what you thought about this style of video. I'm kind of uncomfortable with it, if I'm being honest, but I really wanted to be able to share this with you in like a longer format. And I got some feedback saying that maybe we could make the videos longer, so I'm happy to do that if that is what is preferred. And I'm really looking forward to the next build that we do together. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in.